Well, hello everybody. Today we're going to be making this little treat box. I gave these away at convention and everybody really seemed to like them. They hold a small piece of chocolate in here. So let's get to it. First of all, I'm going to take my cutter here, and what I need is a piece of paper that is 7 1/4 by 3 1/2. And let me get my arm open. I'm going to go ahead and score. First score line is 3 1/2. Then I'm going to move it over to 4 inches. And then lastly, well, not quite lastly, 6 1/4 and 6 3/4. So if I go ahead and start folding on the score lines, you'll start seeing the shape of the box. Okay, move this out my way. Next, I'm going to take my close to cocoa pad, and I'm going to use a sentiment from the Curvy Verses. It says, "Sending you a little something wrapped in a whole lot of love." Let me go ahead and ink that up. And I'm going to make my imprint here on the top left hand corner. Okay, so that's going to be our sentiment. Next thing I'm going to want to do is add a piece of decorative paper here. My piece of paper is going to measure 3 1/4 by 2. So let me go ahead, put a little glue on there, and I'm going to end up putting that here on that front panel. If you fold it, you can kind of see where it goes. Let me kind of line it up. There we go. Next, I need my opening for my candy to fit through. And what I like to use is my oval punch, my small oval punch. I'm going to slide it here on that flap, the small flap. There's 2. I'm going to try to get it on the second one. Over to the side. Going to make a punch. But this opening isn't big enough for my candy. So I'm going to overlap it just a wee bit and come back in with my punch again. And now you can see I have a bigger oval opening that my candy should fit right into. Yeah. There we go. So now I need to put some sticky strip on this first flap. So let me get that on there. Okay. I'm going to clip that. I'm going to remove my red protective strip, exposing the glue. And then I'm going to fold it over and bring it back to meet that back section, making sure it's kind of square. So there, we have our box all made and ready for our candy. But we want to make it a little prettier, so what I'm going to do is take my circle scallop punch. I'm going to make a little punch there. Then I'm going to take my close to cocoa and this sentiment from Happy Thoughts. Stamp that. Use my 1 1/4 punch to punch my sentiment out. Then I'm going to take the corresponding layering punch, the 1 3/8, punch a piece of close to cocoa. I'm going to glue those 2 pieces together. See how nicely they layer. And I'm going to go ahead and give them a punch with the 1/16 punch in the middle. You'll see why in a second. Next, I'm going to use my blossom punch and a piece of my decorative paper, and I'm going to punch one of the shapes. I know that this little 6-point star actually fits one of the little shapes on the paper. I'm really going to miss this paper, but can't wait till tomorrow when I can buy new paper from the new catalog. Then I'm going to make another punch of the same flower on my rose red paper. Get that one out. I'm going to layer the two flowers and put a 1/16 hole in there. Then I'm going to take one of my rose red brads from the Rich Regal brads and fit it in the center. Open that up, and then what I'm going to do is kind of move it around so that I can see both of the papers. There we go. Oh, duh. I was supposed to put this through my sentiment first. Let me undo the brad. Sorry about that. I got too anxious because I'm actually running out of battery on my camera. Okay. So put it through here. See how nicely that fits in the middle. I'm going to open it up. Then I'm going to take some of my dimensionals, put them on the back of the close to cocoa part, peel those off. If I can ever get my nail under there. There we go. And I'm going to layer that on top of the rose red scallop circle, and then put some more dimensionals on the back of there. I don't need too much. Take that off, and now adhere that to the front of my treat box. Voila, and it's just ready for a piece of candy and all done. And as you can see, I could have used a bigger piece of candy, and in fact at convention I did have a bigger piece, but this is the only candy I could find in the house right now because I'm dieting. So that's it. Tutorial on how to make that little treat box. Perfect for Valentine's Day, Halloween, Christmas, anytime you want to give someone a little piece of chocolate. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed my first tutorial.